Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I am Tamika Thompson and I am the owner and resume writer at Thompson Resume Writing Company. And for this video, I'm going to be giving you some exclusive tips on how you can get your resume past the applicant tracking system to land more interviews. Now, it's estimated that roughly 75% of resumes that are submitted through the ATS experience rejection, meaning only 25% of resumes actually have a chance of potentially getting in front of the eyes of a recruiter. And you spend hours and hours applying to jobs, maybe even spending some time updating your resume or working with a resume writer. So I definitely want to make sure that you are able to reap the benefits of your efforts by landing as many interviews as possible. And a part of that is making sure that you can get past that tricky ATS system. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Number one on this list is to conduct and perform keyword research before you start writing your resume. And a lot of people tend to do the opposite. So after they are applying to jobs and they start experiencing a lot of rejection, then they'll kind of go back and see, well, hey, what does my resume actually say? And is there a way I can make it better? And things like that. You don't want to waste time like that. The first thing that you want to do as you start writing your resume, putting your resume together, filling out all of the sections, right? So your skills section, your experience section, is to do your keyword research so you know the terms, phrases, and verbiage that a recruiter is looking for in candidates who apply to this role. And I did record a video on keywords to help you understand what they are and the role that they play in helping your resume get past all of those different screening software. I know that conducting keyword research may sound super complicated and super intimidating, but I promise you that it's not. All you have to do is pull up between 5 to 7 different job positions that you would ideally apply to or that you plan on applying to, and comb through that entire job description or that job posting from top to bottom. So what are the common skills that you're noticing between all 5 to 7 positions that they want from this person? As you're combing through the different job positions, what you'll want to do is copy and paste the common terms that you see into a Microsoft Word document. Once you have those common keywords, however many there are, then you want to start weaving them throughout your resume as such. Keywords can make or break your resume, so you absolutely want to make sure that you have the appropriate keywords in your resume to increase the likelihood of your resume getting through the ATS. Next on this list is to use your network. Seriously, you guys, this is something that a lot of people don't do, but it is highly effective. It's estimated that over 80% of jobs are filled through networking alone. And this means that someone knew someone who knew someone that was able to hook somebody up with a job. Personally, this has worked to my advantage many times. If you are subscribed to my channel and you've watched many of my videos, then you know that I shared that in my past job search, I was able to send my resume to multiple people in my network through LinkedIn or directly via email, and I was able to secure about 7 interviews alone without having to apply through an ATS system at all. These people just knew of my background and my experiences, and we had a really good working relationship, and they felt comfortable enough to go ahead and forward my resume to the person who was hiring. Before you officially begin applying, what you want to do is take your resume and email it directly to friends, family members, past coworkers, LinkedIn connections, anybody who you have a professional or personal working relationship with who can forward your resume to maybe a hiring manager or someone in charge. And in the subject of the email, all you have to say is, "Hey, so-and-so, hope you're doing well. I am getting started with my job search and I wanted to reach out to see if there were any positions that your company had available at this time that you think I would be a good fit for, or do you happen to know of any positions outside of your company that I may be a good fit for?" Just by asking, you would be surprised at the number of doors that could open for you. Sometimes when you're submitting your resume directly to a person, there's no need for an ATS. Whoever is in charge is going to screen through it, take a look at it, without you having to jump through any ATS hoops or hurdles. Next on this list is to not use funky, customized, designed templates that you may find on the internet. And as a resume writer, I see people make this particular mistake a lot. So people will go to Canva or Etsy or even Photoshop. They'll download a template, they'll fill in the information, and then they'll just start sending their resume out all willy-nilly. And although it may be a very pretty resume, right? Maybe it has the cute blush theme and this really pretty cursive font, and you have your picture on there. Sometimes those type of templates can have very customized design elements that are not able to be translated or interpreted by the ATS. An example would be a customized font that is not traditionally in Microsoft Word. Maybe it's a really cursive font or a super modern font, or a font that's maybe only specific to Adobe Photoshop. But the ATS system is looking for a typical Garamond, Calibri, or Arial. Another example would be a resume template that has a lot of columns. And I see this layout a lot with templates where like the education section will be one column, the experience section will be one column, skills is one column, and then like it'll have a section for maybe like, I don't know, professional associations or something. Columns, too many columns, is one thing that you want to stay away from. So if you encounter a template that has a lot of different columns and boxes, do not use it. Another example would be a template that has too many graphics, images, and icons. So I see a lot of resume templates today that will allow you to insert a headshot of yourself, which I do not recommend, or they'll have like different icons. Maybe it's a light bulb or little stars. Again, the ATS is looking for very basic, simple things. It's scanning for certain fonts, it's scanning for certain characters, certain elements, and if those templates have anything that is not compatible with the system, you're more than likely going to experience rejection. Your best bet is to lay out your resume yourself, and I did record a video teaching you all how to do this. You'll also want to stay away from templates that have really complicated, complex layouts. So naturally the eye reads from left to right, which is how your resume should read. So if you come across a template that has the eye jumping like here, 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 everywhere because the sections are a little jumbled, do not use it. And what I mean by a complicated layout would mean like maybe the name is here and the skills section is here, and then you have your picture here, and then your experience is at the bottom. Like anything that just has the eye kind of popping all over the page, you do not want to use that. Next on this list is to work with a qualified professional resume writer. And I promise that I'm not just saying this because I am a resume writer, but obviously working with an expert or a credentialed industry professional gives you an advantage, right? So you may not know everything about keywords. You may not know about the ATS system. Writing may not be your strength. You may not know how long your bullet points are supposed to be. You may not know what to put in your qualification summary. And in those cases, that's when a professional resume writer comes into play to make sure that your resume is at its best while taking the stress off of you. I see a lot of people who will write their resumes themselves, knowing that writing is not their strength, number one, and then number two, they may be just winging it, right? And they may not be writing it from the standpoint of what a recruiter wants to read. A lot of people write their resumes from the standpoint of, this is what I want to tell you, this is what I'm proud of. With working with a resume writer, they are going to know the best strategies on how to craft your resume and develop your resume to make sure that it is top notch. So when you are applying to high paying roles or advancement opportunities, or maybe you're entering into a new field, your resume is saying exactly what it needs to get you callbacks. To find a resume writer, you can reach out to me directly and my contact information is in the description box, but you can also find resume writers on LinkedIn, Instagram, Fiverr, Upwork, pretty much any platform out there. But when you're picking one, make sure that they have a professional website, make sure that they have been writing resumes for an extended period of time, and make sure that you're choosing the resume package or service or tier that works best for you. And if you can, see if you can find any type of reviews or testimonials or any type of information on the person who you'll be working with. And last on this list is to apply with a PDF or a plain text version of your resume. Now, a lot of people typically apply to jobs through the ATS with a Word document, and there's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes there can be compatibility issues that can prevent the resume from getting through the system. And what I mean by this is, let's say you have an outdated version of Microsoft Word on your computer that you created your resume with, but the company has the most up-to-date version. And so you're submitting an older file with a software that's looking for a newer file, and sometimes that can be a bit of a blocker. So to eliminate this, I recommend that people apply with a PDF version or a plain text version of their resume. So once you complete writing your resume, if you're writing it yourself, you'll want to convert it into an Adobe PDF file as well as a TXT file. And if you're working with a resume writer, you should have these file types as part of your final documents. But if you don't, reach out to them and make sure that they provide you with those file types. You should not only have a Microsoft Word version of your resume, you should technically have three. So the PDF, the plain text version, and the Word version, which is technically the editable version. So that's it. Those are some super simple, easy ways that you can get your resume past the applicant tracking system to land more interviews. I know that getting a lot of rejection can be discouraging, and you may be a really qualified candidate and exactly what the recruiter is looking for, but if your resume is not able to get past the system, they are never going to know it. So I want you to take advantage of the tips in this video to help you get past the system so that you can get more interviews. I really hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button down below. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you have any additional questions related to getting past the applicant tracking system that I did not answer in this video, go ahead and drop them in the comment box down below. If you need assistance with your resume, feel free to reach out to me. My direct email address is hello@thompsonresumes.com, and you can also visit my website at www.thompsonresumes.com. You can also connect with me on social media. The link to my LinkedIn profile and my Instagram handle are in the description box, and you can also subscribe to my email list in the description box as well. If you're watching this video but you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can join my growing YouTube community. I appreciate you watching, especially if you made it to the end of this video, and I will see you guys next time with another helpful video. Bye!